Well, okay then. So they put together this survey, right? And it is hilarious and fascinating. BBC gets shocking feedback from the British public in a nationwide survey. The BBC conducted a nationwide survey of its own viewers, and people are not happy with the broadcaster. Feedback says, need to be less diverse. I mean, what? Somehow represent the people who you're trying to entertain, right? I mean, it's amazing. The country just the establishment of the country just realized the country's England is 75% white working class, right? They're like, oh my god, I had no idea. And that, so when Labour puts out all the starts waving all their flags, the British flag, you're not fooling everyone. 40% said it was failing to be independent of the Labour government. Yeah, well, you mean what? Because they relentlessly cheer for it. More issues raised on political correctness. Yeah, look, BBC, I wish you would understand. No one's interested in your bullshit. Like, genuinely, no one is interested in your bullshit, right? What? They were talking about this on Talk TV today with Julie Hartley Brewer. Now imagine if the whole country, including people who have stopped paying for it, it's not fit for purpose, right? More raised issues on political correctness. So see what they talk about. Dr. Alex is, how you doing, Doctor? As is David Millings. How you doing, David Millings?
Really interesting about this is this was
David Milling, I just made you plural. There's many of you now. No, David Millings, how you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us.
I think the thing that's really interesting about this is this is actually a self-selecting poll from the BBC. So this isn't how you would normally have a poll done, which is randomized across the country and sort of correctly rejigged so that it's representative. This is people who are actually watching the BBC.
I mean, like, this should be your best result possible, right? And it crashed and burned.
People still do that.
Yeah. Exactly. And there's actually quite a huge amount of people that they managed to get to fill out this survey, but these are fans of the BBC. And these people still have yet said, we've had enough of this diversity quota that you're doing. Just stop lecturing us, I
mean, is the diversity quota like 90%? I don't know whether, because I stopped reading American comics, the current comics, because they're woke shit, essentially. But it got to a point where it was 100% lesbian, right? I think it was DC Universe was 100%. There were only lesbians there.
And that's obviously what we hear from our supporters all the time, and that's why people are switching off from the BBC. But it's really interesting that it's come through in this poll for the.
Well, exactly, and it's not just in the programme. I mean, it is that sort of like, well, there has to be, it doesn't matter if it's a historic drama and everyone would have been white. No, we're going to pretend that one of them was black. There's going to be someone disabled. There's someone.
Yeah, but they're not going to be pro put a Jew in, especially not a Zionist.
Else with some other disabilities, it has to be someone who's trans. You're sort of having this constant
drag queens and fucking everything all the fucking time. I had no problem with drag queens until they became omnipresent all the time, right? Archer Collins says, going back to Peacemaker, I was never interested in Peacemaker, really. Well, I like a James Gunn thing. I kind of like... So James Gunn thing, slightly dirtier than normal. But from what I hear, everyone worked out what the twist was regarding the better one. I didn't, okay? I really didn't. Petey Richards here, hey, damn Petey. No, not on the religious side. They're all done. Oh, thank God, they're all done. I mean, we'll be coming back. PD, I'm going to make an appeal in a couple of weeks to any religious people out there that if you're a praying kind of person, PD is going through a medical procedure. And look, the stats are, if people pray for you, you generally speaking do better, right? So I would really, and again, if any of you in the audience are ever sick, having in a hospital, let us know. You might say hope. Was it hopes and prayers? No, thoughts and prayers do nothing. I don't think that's the case, but let us know, because there are Christians and Jews listening to them. That will happily pray for you. I will happily pray for you, right? But anyway, I'm going to remind everybody, nearer the time.
Across every programming, the politicization.
Yes, I've noticed it in Doctor Who. No more readily than this. So this is an interesting little tidbit. Mark Millar reveals that a huge name was offered to showrun Doctor Who and cast Ben Daniels in the role. Well, I'm not sure if I believe this, I'll be frank. Because this goes very counter to the BBC, mentality right now. Wonder who the big name was. I'm going to say Jed McCurry will be my guess. Yeah, I think that's something the BBC would like to run Doctor Who. So 2018 was arguably the year Doctor Who died, but not arguably, absolutely true. As Jodie Whittaker was cast in the role, turning the Time Lord, who had been now into a woman, to a virtual signal to a modern audience the BBC wanted to attain and don't exist, right? Yeah. Well, this changed, of course, the Doctor Who to drop in ratings drastically over the next few years, fans lamenting what might have been after Netflix creator Mark Millar floated that Ben Daniels might have been up for the role at the time. Yeah, Mark Millar I find very, very bizarre because, Netflix, we got him under contract and he's written like so many great TV pilots, right, in the form of comic books. Like so many great ones. Nothing they do of his stuff works out well. I don't know. I don't think he'll be a I don't know, like he doesn't have a good track record on TV. Fans often view Chris Chibnall's time on the showrunner as some of the worst in the history until Russell James came back. Not only did he replace the Time Lord with a woman to push into identity politics, that is true, but also stories like the Timeless Child wrecked the continuity show irreparably. That is also true, right? Jodie Whittaker's female Doctor era boasted the lowest ratings of all time. That is until Russell Davies came back to flood the series with more left-wing politics and a gay black Doctor. Now, I'm going to say, I don't think calling him a gay black Doctor is fair. You should have called him a super gay black Doctor. It wasn't that he was gay. Like, Simon Callow as a Doctor would be fine. Judy Gatwa, the only thing he is gay and black. Right, that's literally it. I've seen him do nothing other than that. Hey, I'm going to play Shakespeare. How are you going to do it? Gay and black. Oh, well, there you go. How do you think of that? Well, I don't know. Prudent enough to take the show off air into an indefinite hiatus, which we're in right now, deader than it's ever been before. It started with popular YouTube neurotic posting a video of his nerd cave, which starts with with a door painted like. Is that the same thing as my one? Back there, I think it actually is. We probably got it from the same place. A collection of insight. Fine. So then, this followed Mark Millar chiming in with the bombshell of what could have been with the show. If identity politics that had been made central, he posted, "P.S. Every time I see those blue doors, I remember that a huge name genius friend of mine offered himself as showrunner, was suggesting Ben Daniels as the Doctor. Oh, he wasn't offered; he offered himself." Wonder who it could be. Who does Mark Millar know? Right? And they went with their 2018 revamp instead. Not a good idea. Daniels has been considered to be the Doctor in 2013. He was a favorite for the role before Peter Capaldi was eventually chosen. His acting style combines intellectual gravitas, emotional intensity, and a sharp irony, which are traits that naturally align naturally with the Doctor's character. Would have been a great choice. 2018, apparently, a big name in the industry was talking about going in as showrunner instead of Chibnall. They wanted Chibnall because they wanted the female Doctor. I'm sorry. They wanted Daniels to play the character to get cast this time. Daniels classically trained with the Olivia Award-winning stage career, blah, 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 Exodus, The Crown, Foundation. Oh, God, I still haven't finished watching that last season. It's a real chore. And the only reason I keep my Apple Plus subscription is for the new Vince Gillian show, Pluribus, or whatever it's called. He's the guy who did Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Quite a reminiscence of the Doctor's unpredictable shifts in plainness and moral fury. The depth would have suited the darker, more introspective tone of Doctor post Matt Smith. I don't know. Unfortunately, what fans got instead was the destruction of the franchise for feminism and blackification and LGBTQ agenda. Thank God it's not me saying it. Leaving Doctor Who in a state where very few even care what's happening with the show anymore. That is true, right? That is true, actually. I'll tell you proof of that in a second. What do you think of Ben Daniel just missed? Well, I don't really know who he is. Look, I think anybody other than Jodie would have been better. But, that's just what I think, ladies and gentlemen. That's just what I think. I think, it is time to make contact throughout the ecosphere, right? Throughout the sense sphere to, what do they call that thing? What was the thing the Vardens lived in? It wasn't the sense sphere. It was the media-sphere. I don't know. Reach out through the media-sphere, out into the, through the interwebs to darkest Birmingham. For Birmingham's king of the geeks. How are you doing, sir?
It doesn't get much darker than in Birmingham right now. Let me tell you.
As we see
Ceiling is closing in, looming down.
Have you
the
seen?
walls.
You're going to need digital ID to buy a pint by the end of the year, they're saying.
They're going to try. They're going to, I know they've started. A big cinema chain is encouraging people to have it. I haven't seen the stuff about a pint. But they're going to start embedding it in things. What they're hoping is that people could get sort of drunk enough that they think, oh, well, and then they'll sign up for it. And then the next morning it'll be, oh, why did I do that? That's who I believe.
I was just going to ask you, who you thought was the big name? Grant Morrison. Because I remember a few years ago him talking about having a whole plan for Doctor Who. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's Grant Morrison.
Morrison. So again, that story is not really how they presented it. It wasn't the BBC wanted Ben Daniels and Grant Morrison.
No.
Grant Morrison approached them, and they're like, "No, we want to be woke shit instead."
Yeah, that's the upshot of it. Ben Daniels, that story that has sort of popped up again in the last week or two from Mark Miller, who seems like a really great guy. He does he turns up in all the little comic shops as well. He's he really believes in getting comics out to as many people and children as possible. He's a great guy. But Mark Miller, that's just the latest round of that. Ben Daniels himself talked about it last year because we covered it on Type 40, and he said how how much he loved what Peter Capaldi had done and all that kind of thing. Yeah, so I think he's a bit of a fan. Fantastic actor, Ben Daniels.
Listen, I am hoping there's going to be a massive change in England, right, which may filter through to Doctor Who. And just as we see America going through somewhat of a civil war, but I think also healing at the same time, right? I hope the same thing's going to happen to England. I really do.
Well, time's running out. I'm sad to say.
Listen, I think maybe this China thing might take down Starmer at last. One can only hope.
I mean, he is down already. He's hanging on for dear life, and all of this sort of shuffling around the globe that he's doing, being photographed with people, with generally pretty impressive and or powerful people. That's not fooling anyone. Back here in Britain,
it's fooling him. By the way, did you see his face when Trump really snubbed him?
Back off to the back, little boy.
Yeah, that was. I mean, listen, if I didn't love Trump already, I would have loved him after that.
I'd have liked it. What Trump should have done would have been to turn him around, give him a wedgie, kick him up the arse, and then go, well, like that. That would have been.
Well, when one can only dream, right? One can only dream. It was trying to put. Oh, here it is. Let's try and pull this up.
Exactly.
Because there is actually good news on the Doctor Who horizon. Amazingly. Monday, we get season 13.
So I've just seen that picture of Mike Tucker with his hand in the scarus.
Oh, that's Mike Tucker. So I don't know how I feel about their. I got to see the effects, but it just seems to me they should have gone with a CGI Scarrison, right? I don't know. It just seems that way. I was very won over by the Cunning Monkey. CGI T-Rex for the Silurians. I thought that really worked well. Far better than I thought it would.
I mean, as you know, Neil Cole's a friend of mine. I've known him for a long time, and he's promised to tell me all about this. Now it's out. Now he can.
Right.
So hopefully I'll be able to find out a bit more about it. I mean, I would imagine there'll be quite a lot on the box set itself, but it's brilliant what they've done.
Is this the original model that Neil refurbished?
Neil has refurbished the original one, but I believe they've made a double because the original one wasn't and isn't flexible enough to do the things that they needed it to do
What, not look
for
like
the
shit?
new. I say I don't have the inside story on this, but that's, as I understand it, that's what happened. There is now 2 Scarrisons. One is the original refurbished one, which Neil spent months on.
Right.
I mean, I knew that he'd got it. Let's put it that way, because
I mean, no, look, listen. If it looks like this, it looks. It's the original one. If it looks like this, it looks gorgeous. I'm sorry. I mean, it really looks for. If he did that, good for him. I what's his name? Last name? Neil what? Is it Neil Gordon?
Cole.
Neil Cole. My mistake. Great to follow on social media. I love the work he does, and he's so British, right? Having a sci-fi museum in your house is such a bonkers British thing to do, right? I think that's the height of Britishness.
He's an absolute diamond. He really is.
He is, and he makes these little dioramas for things he doesn't have props from, which I also think are very cool. Anyway, I want to go through what's on these discs. So we got the audio commentary with Robert Banks Stewart, George Gallico. Who's George Gallico? Oh, this is from the original one. So Philip Hinchcliffe, Silver James, Dick Mills, and moderator Marquez. That's an interesting choice. Scotch Mrs. Sussex, making a documentary. I remember that wasn't bad. This was the last DVD to come out in the range, which made me think this was going to be a season 13 would be the last one they would release, or at least the last color one. Part 1 deleted scene. Have you seen that?
The Part 1 deleted scene for Terror of the Zygons, is it?
Yeah. It's basically just walking around in the forest, I think, as I recall.
That's right. The TARDIS lands, doesn't it? And they get out and sort of shuffle around in the undergrowth for 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's sweet. It. Yeah. It doesn't really, add much to it.
Personally, as a child, I love those little scenes. But it doesn't do anything.
It felt like what's the one you've done a show about it. Image of Fendor was like 60% those scenes, even though it wasn't. It just feels there was like a lot of them.
Well, yeah.
I still haven't seen your. I decided not to actually. I was going to watch your show on not Face of Evil, Planet of Evil. But I said no. I'm going to watch it. Should I watch it? No. Should I watch your show on it before I watch it or after I watch it? That's the question.
There you go. I'd probably watch it afterwards.
Fine. So I'm holding that in reserve. So Tom Baker interviewed for Doctor Who Stories from 2003. Was it the story of Doctor Who? That was excellent. Douglas Camfield, remembering Douglas Camfield, that was really good. And Unit Family Part 3. Look, the DVD rage did a bunch of like recurring things, most of which I enjoyed. Do you remember the Strip for Action thing they did? They should really release that. I often, when I'm like, got 10, 20 minutes I got to spare, I will go for that when I'm looking for something to watch. I really enjoy those Strip for Action little.
I have picked those out too on their own merits. Yeah,
they're excellent. Merry-Go-Round, the Fuel Fishers, school program presented by Elizabeth Sladen. I kind of remember Merry-Go-Round. Was that before your time?
Yeah, slightly. I remember her hosting a show called Stepping Stones, which I think was on ITV. But
that was several years later. Okay, so the new feature, we got a audio comedy with Tom Baker, moderated by Toby Adoki. He's not in the original commentary. Okay, that's good for them. Optional replacement effects on parts 2 and 4. What about part 1 and 3? What happened there? I'm trying what were the ropey effects in part 2? Because the only really bad effect I remember was the Scarrison.
I would imagine that they've concentrated their efforts on those scenes.
Right. I always prefer the new effects, which I understand. Not everybody agrees. It's huge. Recreating the Scarrison. That is one of the first things I watch. Right. That sort of thing I love.
Yeah.
What else we got? Behind the Sofa. Well, Disney Time from 75. I remember that as well. Blimey. I was young. Was like
that's
4.
the one we constantly see clips and pictures from, isn't it? That Disney
Right. I probably remember it from that. BBC News announcement of the death of William Hartnell from April 24, 1975. Behind the Sofa, all sorts feature Sophie Aldred, Colin Baker, Janet Fielding, Toby Adoki, Katie Manning, Sadie Miller, Maureen O'Brien, and Sarah Sutton. That's a weird combination. And there's is there only 2 blokes? You have Colin Baker. Okay, so it'll probably be Colin Baker, and who do you think will be with him?
Fraser Hines, maybe.
Is Fraser? No, Fraser Hines not there. It's I think Maureen O'Brien, Sadie Miller will be with Toby Adoki, and maybe Katie Manning. Maureen O'Brien, Sadie Miller, and Katie Manning. I guess we'll find out next week. Trails and Continuities, which I always kind of enjoy. Like what I do when I get any of these sets, I rip everything to my hard drive, right? And one of the things I always rip is the Trails and Continuity. I always enjoy those. Never look at the subtitles, but when I do, I go, wow, that's a lot of work went into those. And you got the 1977 annual as a PDF. Wow, amongst the PDFs. Season 13 Unmade Stories. What season 13 Unmade Stories were there?
I've got no idea. You forget over the years, though. I mean, at one time, the list of unmade Doctor Who stories, you could remember them all because they'd have you believe there's only about 6. It turns out there's about 36. No. So I can't remember.
I never bothered getting that last one from Big Finish. An accident, because I just got so much of this stuff. I am thinking of really ditching Big Finish. There's not really much coming out, but I do like what's going on at Audible. I want Audible to buy Big Finish. So this one seems a bit light on features. So the original is a comedy with Prentice Hancock. I forgot he's in this. Yeah, Philip Hinchcliffe, Liz Sayden, and Tom Baker. Come back here. A Darker Side we were. Making of documentary, Planetary Performance, another documentary. And Philip Heathcliff Easter egg and studio footage. I never bother ripping. Like it's just boring. I don't get it.
I can't watch more than 3 or 4 minutes of that without getting crushingly bored.
Return to 13. So I guess that's a documentary about the whole season. I would like to think. We're not talking about
I'd say so, yeah. Oh, God, no. No, not another return. The last thing we want.
Yeah, we don't want that return ever.
I mean, could you imagine that anybody could possibly have made the reality war worse in the last 5 minutes, but Jodie Whittaker managed it?
I tell you, it's a neat trick. Yeah. You want to know how dead Doctor Who is right now? How on its arse it is? Normally, you can pirate. You get pirate copies of Big Finish's output within weeks at most of the release, right?
Oh, okay.
Like here, there's a site called Easy News, which is you can get everything there, right? Until last month, right? Because I wasn't going to get. I said I'm not going to get the Tom Baker set until I listened to it because I've been burnt too many times, and there's the missing story. But I was open to getting them. But I wanted to hear them first, right? So I was just going to illegally download them. No one's posting them anymore, right? That is like when you're not even piratable, your franchise is on its arse. That's really bad news for them.
Well, yeah, I'm not really sure what that sort of market is now. I mean, 20 odd years ago, what was it called? Was it called Owl or something like that? There was for sharing music and things like that.
Oh, no, you're thinking of not Napster.
Napster. I remember all that stuff, but it's not something that I.
Okay, so your ultimate internet security and Usenet solution. Don't bother that security. If you want to basically get pretty much anything Big Finish put out, go to this site, Easy News, and you'll be able to find it. Okay.
I put my fingers in my ears, pretend I didn't see that. Go on. What were you saying? Sorry.
I said, but you should buy your own media. It's not really my default position. They've just burnt me so many freaking times, right? Even though people say the last Tom Baker set wasn't bad, I remember this as well. Dr. Ware. This was one where he put like the paper plates out to a boundary or something. Anyway, so we got Philip Hinchcliffe, audio commentary, Paddy Russell, Michael Sheard, and Elizabeth. I bet Michael Sheard, he's interesting. Elizabeth Sladen. A Siren Gothic making of Now and Then was great. Okay, did you ever seen that on the original, on the DVD?
These are the ones where they go back to the location, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I love those.
So it's really fascinating, especially in the where they had the pyramid rocket, the Osirian rocket was going to take off from, right? Because they use the correct lens to make it look like, huge, right? Huge. Simpson mentions here. Hello. Hello. All silent. No. We're all talking, mate. We're all talking. Anyway. They use a special lens and they use a normal lens in the making of, and you saw how it's like the size of your living room, that courtyard. It's tiny. It's that really blows my mind. Anyway, so it's worth watching for that. Deleted scenes extended. So the new stuff is optional replacement effects. So I guess that's from the Shooty one. As long as I don't get shooting out, we're talking about cultural fucking appropriation. I'm okay with it.
What a little dipshitty.
Oh, God. I'm so glad that he's contractually prohibited from ever thinking about playing Doctor Who again. Like, I'm so glad I will never see him in the role again. What about this? Elizabeth Sladen remembers and Michael Sheard remembers. Michael Sheard's dead, isn't he?
Yes, yeah, he's been dead for a long time now. 20 years.
I have no idea what that is. Maths show, Doctor Ware. Yeah, okay. So I remember this as a kid. And I was sick home from school watching it. And it was like, you had this like faux brigadier and faux doctor. And they're trying to work out the boundaries. And they use a bunch of paper plates. Right? It's genuinely, it's really weird. Right?
I have never heard of this. It sounds great though.
Well, they got a few more episodes of it. Wogan's World with Liz Sladen. I guess it's audio. Upgraded production title. I'm sure they could. So another one, we got the Omnibus, originally broadcast on 76. Tales of Titus, boo, hiss, leave me alone. Tom Talks documentary with Tom Baker. Production Archive. Okay, now they're doing well. We got Nicholas Courtland, Caroline John, and Liz Sladen on a panel. And the season 13 trailer. It's been very noticeable the budget on these have been cut back in the last few sets. Especially the season 7 set, right? It's very noticeable. They're having you don't get the lavish trailer anymore, and they originally said, "Oh, it's because we're putting stuff into making the set good." Like they said that was season 25, right? And then the next one was season 7, where they had really nothing they added in at all. Android Invasion. Okay, Android Invasion is good because it's got a very good cliffhanger on for episode 1, which totally fails when you know it's coming. Right, because you can so see them change the Liz Sladen for a dummy, right?
I'm a big fan of this story. I think it's great. I prefer this to several of the stories in the season.
I prefer it to Planet of Evil. I like the Kralls as well. I thought they were great sculpts, right? Great invention.
Yeah,
great
typical Doctor Who monster. Lots of fun.
Is this who wrote this? Do you remember?
The story.
Yeah, I can't remember now. It's not Robert Holmes, is it? It's one of those type of. I can't remember. I could just look it up, really. No. So the audio company's got Philip Hinchcliffe, Martin Friend, Milton Johns. Milton Johns I like. Marion McDougall, moderated by Toby Adoki. Making of Village That Came to Life, directing. Oh, this was very good. Directing Who with Barry Letts documentary originally included in Planet Spiders. Yeah, that's a really so maybe did he direct or write this one? Maybe. Oh, I'm just gonna look at that. 1 second. Oh,
I think what was he did direct it. I think.
It is.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be there, wouldn't he?
Written by Terry Nason. There you go. And directed by Barry Letts. So that's a pretty good pedigree right there. Weetabix advert. Oh boy, I've never seen that. I must have seen it. It's on the DVD. I don't remember seeing that. Okay, and more Barry Letts on remembering the demon. Remembering Barry Letts on that came from the Demons DVD. New audio company with Tom Baker. The Worlds Within the Life of Ian Martner. Ooh. Oh, that'd be interesting. That will be interesting, right? I really don't know much about him. It's supposed to be this lovely guy, though.
Yeah, I've spoken to people who knew him, met him. And Anthony Weiner, he met him a couple of times.
Anthony Weiner is the Anthony that's on your Monday show, right?
That's right. Yeah.
There you go. I do like Anthony on that show. The Generation game, excellent. Oh, I want that. That's good. I'll buy a Blu-ray of that.
When Brucey was still doing it.
Is it Brucey or it's not Liz? Who took over? Not Liz Dawson.
Larry Grayson.
Larry Grayson, right? Weirdly played by Mark Gatiss in that was it Dolly thing?
Yeah, horrendously miscast.
I thought I looked at it and went, that's really not how I remember Larry Grayson, but maybe I'm wrong.
There's nothing like that.
Pete Mario's open house extra from the BBC Two radio, updated, blah 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 blah. Camera scripts, never going to look at any of this. The Weetabix promotion stuff is wonderful. That stuff I like. You can get like the son of the artist who did all that you can get merch with the
I've seen. He used to be pimping that across Facebook 7 days a week. Everywhere you went, it got a bit much, to tell you the truth. Well, I love that artwork.
It was certainly hard to miss. So I think this is probably my favorite story yesterday. Have a quick 1 second. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think this is my favorite story thus far. I prefer it to Pyramids of Mars. Brain of Morbius. I do like the bit where he accidentally drops a Morbius brain on the ground. And he's like, sorry, Morbius. And it was clearly a flop.
You prefer Brain of Morbius to Pyramids of Mars?
I do. Actually, I do. Because I've always thought the way the mummies kill people was just kind of a bit goofy and lame. We're gonna just walk to you and
yeah, but you can't really hold up the Brain of Morbius as an example of less goofiness. The fish.
No, because I really like this. I really like the whole lore with it. It was very subtle. The Sisterhood of Khan stuff they brought in. I like Morbius. I loved what's his name, Philip Maddock. I just really enjoy this story. Right, it's one of those ones I really enjoy.
I get a bit bored with it after. Yeah, it's another one that could have been shorter in my opinion. But there we
are. You're probably right. Is there will be a Cunning Monkey cut down one of it by this time next year, I think. So there you go. Making a documentary, Philip Maddock, Villain for All Seasons. Yeah, that was pretty good. I remember that. Designs of Khan, sketch gallery, virtual set tour. That's interesting. A letter to Robert Holmes, Easter egg on the. I wonder what that is. All right. Seeds of Doom. Okay, the new special features are. The Omnibus Repeat from 76. I wish we had more of those. Behind the Sofa, and not much. I think they covered it pretty well on the original DVD. And then the set finishes with season. Oh, we get a what's the name? What's he called again? Matthew Sweet interview, which are always freaking excellent, right? They're always excellent. Well, so Seeds of Doom, right? Once I first read that Robert Stewart Banks was more of an Avengers writer, this story made so much more sense to me, right? It really felt like it was from the Avengers playbook.
Straight out of the Avengers playbook.
By the way, you've got me gagging at the bit for that Avengers, new Avengers Blu-ray.
I've got to get the 4K one. I think I'm gonna go all in on that. If I've been waiting for something to be released, for over a decade, I should really put my money where my mouth is, get behind the release, and go all in. So
I downloaded the pilot episode, which I was surprised it doesn't have the titles in it. They have different titles in the pilot episode.
That's right. Yeah.
But holy crap, does Joanna Lumley look fantastic in that?
Eagle's Nest.
Yes, that's the one. She just looks fantastic in that. It blew my mind. So the company's got Tom Baker, Robert Banks Stewart, Jogs Campfield, I guess that's his wife. John Chalice is in it. Oh, you're right, yes. Kenneth Gilbert, Philip Hinchcliffe, Michael McStay, and Roger Murray Leach. Okay. Roger Murray Leach is always interesting to be interviewed. Podshop making of, playing in the Green Cathedral, documentary with Jeffrey. I thought it was going to say Jeffrey Belden. I'm like, what's that got to do with everything? Okay, fine. So what do you do exactly? A documentary with Graham Harper. Now and then, outtakes from part 5. John Chalice anecdote. That's an Easter egg. I remember that's actually good. I can't remember what it is, but I remember it's actually good. Coming soon, The Mask of Mandragora. So the new thing is Ken Dodd's Seaside Special, excerpt from 75, I guess, 76. Well, this is just after the series finished. Crackerjack!
That's going to be
from
fun.
The episode from 75 featuring Space Odyssey. Another Crackerjack. Crackerjack! I can't say it without saying that. Crackerjack! Now I want to drop it. Well, what was it? What was the fruit, the vegetable they had?
Cabbage.
Cabbage. Yeah. Now I want to drop a cabbage to get in the mood. More Crackerjack. Behind the Sofa. I like Behind the Sofa. And the collection trailer. Season. Oh, that was the next one. What was the season 14 trailer? It was. I can't remember. I remember it being quite good though. And then we got another Disney omnibus version. Graham Harper in conversation with Matthew Sweet. That's probably worth it right there. Bit of I'm going to teach you a Jewish word called shvach. Bit of a shvach.
Shvach.
No. You got that Gentile throat going. Shvach. Shvach.
Shvach.
Imagine this man spelled SHVACHH.
Shvach.
There you go. No more. Shvach. Which means somewhat lacking. It's got Michael E. Bryant, Toby Adoki, and Matthew Waterhouse. I mean, they could have got what's the name in instead? Liz Sladen's daughter. Merry-Go-Round The Odyssey. Excerpt from the program broadcasting. Okay. Featuring family watching Terror of the Zygons. Well, I've already paid for it. Let's be frank. This is one that. This is a story I feel doesn't need new. One of the food stories I will say does not need new effects. The 1975-76 effects are spot on with this, right? It really, really works. What's this? Along with Inferno, I think my favorite of the omnibus version we created. Oh, he's created the omnibus version? Hang on. I didn't realize that.
He did the Happiness Patrol.
Oh, the Happiness Patrol was stunning. Happiness Patrol, even better. Well, no, it wasn't better. But no, it was because it improved it so much. Was Silver Nemesis. Silver Nemesis went from being unwatchable shite to actually being quite a good little story.
Pete makes a better job of other people's stories than he does of his own.
He certainly does. He should. No, what he needs is a good producer to be on top of him who will tell him, "No, Pete, that's a stupid idea. Don't do that. Don't do that." Right? Don't lecture your handsome right-wing internet guy, which is just a bad idea.
I don't know what it is about Doctor Who that brings that out in him, because the series he did Wentworth is not like that.
Well, what year was he was doing Wentworth?
From about 2011 through till about 2020, 2021.
It didn't go woke for the last few years?
No.
Oh, Problem B's here. Oi. How you doing, Problem B? Probs, mate, you should watch my stream from... I'm going to put it out as a video. My stream from Tuesday. I'm putting it out as a separate video tomorrow. I want to talk about the end of the war in Gaza. You would like that. What we're going to say. And James is here. James says, "Never answered Behind the Sofa like it was scary. I found it odd, wonky, and different, but scary. Well, at the time it was scary. Like
loads of kids. You're in the minority, my friend, whoever you are. Loads of kids were scared shitless by Doctor Who and did hide behind the sofa. It absolutely was a thing. And the majority of children did it, including me.
Yeah, I know. I used to love it. I used to love Doctor. Anyway, so that is the coming out on Monday, I believe. It's 4 days from now. Yeah, that's Monday, right?
Yeah, some people have got them now. I think they've started turning up in the post in various places.
Oh, really? Well, I was thinking a bit. Let me check my Amazon, see if it's been shipped as yet. 1 second. It's still in the. No, I haven't been charged for it, so can't have been shipped. Although was it? Has it been shipped? Shopping basket. Oh, I haven't checked out on it yet. Blimey. Hang on. Let me just do this now before I forget.
So just say hello to Lee if he's in the live chat. Hello, mate. Good to see you.
So I think this is a follow from Rob Shearman saying, yeah, Doctor Who's, dead as a door now, isn't it? It's fucked. It's dead. It ain't coming back. It's on its back, gasping for breath. It's coughing up blood. All right? Yeah, no, they've totally killed Doctor Who. How do they kill Doctor Who? Well, I think this picture says everything. Like, who wants to watch this woke shit? Can we zoom in on the picture? Like, who? I mean, really? Everyone's an identity. Muslim, wheelchair, woman, not white, gay, not white, weird token white woman. There was a gilf, milf, and a chick with dick. Okay, like, wonderful. Like, who would want to watch this? Like, again, who goes, oh, yeah, Doctor Who's in a dress with a tranny and a wheelchair babe with a rockets in a wheelchair and a woman clearly, like, what's her name? Susan, where they clearly look like they're on crack over here. No, it's just like, how would anybody think this? In the future, when this is all over and it's ending, we're going to look back on this and laugh and laugh and laugh at you people. Oh, and not laugh at them because they're those people. Laugh that they think that anybody would possibly want to watch that. Doctor Who produces Serious Future and lies for our ass. Defense stories that reflect the world we live in. They don't. This does not reflect the world we live in. That's why nobody's fucking interested in it. Fuckwit. We've had no sense of Disney that measures up to what's being written about Doctor Who. Yes, you have. You've had no sense of, really. I'm sorry you can't pick up on it. Most sane people can. While Doctor Who fans continue to look forward to the spin-off series, The War... No, we don't. It's going to be woke shit. Starring another whiny gay actor. Don't you want... Yeah, no, you've lost it. It's over now. Shut up. It's expected to arrive next year. The future remains in flux. No, it doesn't. There's... Okay, I honestly, if Disney turns around and said, yeah, we'll have more of that, I will be amazed. Right? I will be genuinely amazed. The BBC ever confirmed the series will return with or without a production just Disney. Yeah, look, I'm thinking obviously there's going to be when the War Between Land and Sea comes out, there'll be an announcement of who the new streaming partner is and who the new creative team is, which I think is very important for Doctor Who to continue to have a streaming partner. The BBC have confirmed, but as we wait for news on that front, it remains uncertain when and in what form the show will come back. What form? Now, Jane Tranter, executive producer and founder of Practically Bad Wolf, has addressed that about the show's future in an interview on the broadcast. Tranter says, what happens next is between the BBC and Disney Plus. We know what's happening, and Bad Wolf certainly won't be the first to know. I take responsibility for lots of things, but gloriously on this occasion, this one's out of my hands, right? The article notes that Tranter believes the decision on whether to continue the deal will not be financial or algorithmically driven. Well, how? If it is, you're sunk because you've been a complete failure, right? Well, if they do continue, you're right. I know. If they continue, it won't be financially or algorithmically driven because it'll be just insanity. Meanwhile, trying to also reflect on criticism of the show, with some viewers and media outlets labeling the show as too woke. Really? Exhibit A? Again, how do you get woker? No, too woke. Oh, they're just making it up. It's the alt-right, really. Oh, too woke. Why would anybody have that criticism? It doesn't make sense. In all honesty, I've had no sense from Disney Plus that measures up to what's being written on Doctor Who. All we do, well, obviously Disney Plus was woke as fuck until they hit their reverse button, which they're in full reverse right now. Like, no, nothing woke. We're nothing. Cancel everything woke. Reverse. Run away. Run away from woke. That's really where they are. Right? That's really where they are. Addressing this, all we can do is tell stories that reflect the world we live in. Again, you don't. This is not the world we live in. This is a fantasy world where you get to feel like a virtuous person, right? This is not the world we live in. Or reflect the world we live in, not just some of us, but all of us. Nobody lives in that world, right? I understand Yasmin Finney wants us all to go, yes, you're a lady with your penis. You're a lady, right? And like, again, the sneering of what's her name, Ruth Madeley. I like, how do you think that makes you look tough? Oh, honestly, I've spoken about this quite a lot. I saw a fan edit, which was excellent, of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which used to be focusing on, what's her name, Mogus Ingram. She was the lead, essentially the lead, right? She was the protagonist throughout. And they re-edited it to make it about Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it got a lot better. But Mogus Ingram was still in it, and you got to see, in a supporting role as a villain, quite how talentless she was. And what she does to assert power is expressions like that, right? No, you just look like a cunt, right? You just look like a cunt. I'm sorry. Showrunner Rossi Davis also addressed this topic earlier this year while speaking on BBC Celebrated long-running program. Someone's always bringing up matters of diversity. Well, stop, he explained. There are online warriors accusing us of diversity and wokeness. You accuse yourself of diversity. What are you talking about? Diversity? You mean you don't have many white people? Yeah, that's right. And involving messages and issues. What? Again, you're so proud of it. Why are you denying it? I mean, like, honestly, you get a hard on over it. You're incredibly proud of yourselves, right? Here, let me see if I can find the. Where is it? Over here, doink. And yeah, here we go, doink. Like, you're so freaking proud of this.
I'll tell you what, when we both get out of this.
Oh, look, Shooting Out was playing somebody who's super gay. Who never seen that before? Bloody hell. It's not woke.
Let's argue across the stars.
While fucking each other up the arse. Yeah, normal things you expect here on Doctor Who. Yeah, no, this isn't woke at all.
I like that.
I like that, but I'd like you to think of my anus as well. No, so not woke. So not woke. Oh, I have to shag later. Oh, he's crying! Oh, no! That's how we act, you know. Oh, fuck off, Shirley. Lakuti, I think is how he pronounces his name now. Pain the fucking arse, whoever he is. Who's contractually prohibited from playing Doctor Who ever again. Mwah. Not someone. That the. In all honesty, I mean, no such thing as that measures up to anything about written Doctor Who. All we can do is tell stories that reflect the world we live in. This they don't. Not just some of us, but all of us. Okay. Rusty, someone always brings up diversity. The online warriors accusing us of diversity. Again, you flag wave about it. And I have no time for this, but you do it, though, because of what you might call diversity. I call an open door. Again, I don't call it diversity. I think it's. I saw a clever woman calling Birmingham diverse because it only has Muslims in it. No, that's not diverse. I don't have a second to bear because you what you might call it fine. The most recent Doctor Who ended on surprisingly the Kuti Gat were bowing out as a doctor, certainly not being fired. Right, okay, but so then we had this little video. Oops, sorry. Or Jane Chandler speaking about it. And then I'm going to show you the report about it, which makes it seem very, very different, right? Where is it? Jane Chandler, doink.
Forgive me for sitting here with you now and not asking. Well, they'll have been alarmed to read what the writer Robert Shearman said.
So what's the necklace say? Is that a high? Hang on. Let me open this up on my computer so I can see better look.
Hoovians would not forgive me for sitting here with you.
Wait. No, it's a wolf. It's a bad wolf logo. Okay, it's tacky shit. Chai is a Jewish symbol.
Earlier this week, we described Doctor Who as dead as we've ever known it.
As dead as we've ever known it. That's really rude, actually.
But it is. That's what it seems to all of us. It seems as dead as we've ever known it. Yeah, again, and he had a good reason for that. His argument was sound.
And really untrue. I think maybe...
How's it really untrue? Are you making any more?
He didn't see the final episode of the last season with the great big tease that Russell T Davies laid out there. Do
they really believe it's continuing? Maybe it is. I've seen stupider things. Look at that. Look at that Star Trek they've got coming up. Do they really think it's? Okay.
With the return of Rose Tyler. The BBC and BBC Studios.
People say that's a sign that she is playing Rose Tyler. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, this woman.
Had a partnership with Disney Plus for 26 episodes. We are currently 21 episodes down into that 26 episode run. We've got another 5 episodes of the war between the land and the sea to come.
There'll be more woke shit.
And at some point after that, decisions will be made together with all of us about what the future of Doctor Who entails. Well,
we know it's not got Shooty Gatwa in it because, again, he's contractually prohibited from playing the Doctor. And I know who are you lying to? Literally everybody knows you're lying, right? I know maybe there's this grain of truth in it that they have not officially severing, work with you yet, but I don't know.
It's a 60-year-old franchise. It's been going for 20 years non-stop since we brought it back in 2005.
Until now, when you killed it.
You would expect it to change, wouldn't you? Nothing.
Why? I would expect it to change to remain contemporary. I wouldn't expect it to change to say, oh, yeah, we don't care about science or religion or any cultural norms anymore. We want it to be about chicks with dicks, okay? That's what we want.
And continues the same always, or it shouldn't continue the same always. So it will change in some form or the other. But the one thing I think we can all be really clear of is that the Doctor will be back. And everyone, including me, including all of us.
I believe the Doctor will be back. I just don't know if it's got anything to do with her.
Just has to wait patiently to see when.
And who.
And who? Exactly that.
Yes. Maybe Billy Piper. We still don't know.
Yeah. They have it till I think 2029 or 20. Hopefully, maybe it's only 2027. I don't know. Anyway, so the report over here came out a little bit differently. Doctor Who reacts to really rude claim as the show's as dead as we ever known. Again, it's just reality. Why you're arguing with me about it? Classic is doing very well, but you're doing shit, right? Shit beyond shit. Dr. Who reacts to really rude claim instead of being ever known it. Reports of the Doctor's death have been greatly exaggerated, it seems. Well, it's dead right now. All right. I don't believe they've cast a new Doctor. I don't believe I think Rusty Davis has severed himself from it. All right. I think there's no production going on. There may be, but classic seems to be where everything is right now. But I don't know, Jane Tranter, what is it about Truth and Reality that bothers you so much? Oh yeah, that you're a fuck up on this one. Jane Chanter, the one of the key executives behind Doctor Who and the founder of Bad Wolf Studios, a company that makes the show and also named from the show, has reacted to comments that the BBC flagship sci-fi series is as dead as we ever known it. It really is. That particular comment came from Robert Sherman, writer of the iconic 2005 episode Dalek. Yes, and he was just talking. He said, "What looks like as dead as we ever seen it now." And his point was that ending it with a nonsensical regeneration really doesn't give you anywhere to go to continue it in other media in time it's off air, right? You can't have a Billy Piper led Doctor Who series in books or audios, right? Everything's going to be backward looking at this point. And I'm sorry, like as a watcher of the show, everything since 2017 has been nonsensical and self-contradictory. Right, it's like there's a reason we begged you to retcon it away, and had you retconned it away, right, and actually tried to do good Doctor Who, right, this show would have been as huge as you thought it was going to be, but you didn't, right? That's the bottom line. You just didn't. You just went with your own stupid ideas. Cliffhanger to get where Piper calls flows arose with viewers left dangling. Cliffhanger, blah blah blah. Speaking of BBC Wales, in an interview with Deadline, Jane Tranter was given an opportunity. Okay, yes. Tranter was quoted as saying, "As dead as we ever known, that's really rude, actually. It's and really untrue." I've only got 5 episodes to go. I don't think it's really. Why is it really rude? Right? Why do you think it's really rude? Yeah, so talk about a little bit more over here. What's the headline? Is Sharon dead wrong about Doctor Who or just bold enough to say it? How long is this? Okay, we'll go for it. I think it's just... It's like he didn't realise he was saying anything. It was because it's so patently obvious. Right? I don't think he thought it was breaking any major news here. Few statements can ignite the Doctor Who fandom quite like somebody declaring the show was dead. It's dead! I like, how is this even a discussion? Well, that's exactly what Robert Sherman recently did. Q fandom outrage and even response from Bad Wolf. Amidst the outrage, I couldn't help wondering, doesn't he have a point? Of course he does. Let's be honest, Sherman didn't say anything radical. He simply gave voice to the creeping suspicion that we've all been too light or too afraid. I haven't. That the Doctor Who, the show built on perpetual motion, now feels it's run into a major stop. Is it dead? Is dead too strong a word? Time will tell. I think it'll come back. But I think right now it's dead. But Sherman pointed out something structural, not spiteful, and he deserves a fair response. If you care about the program, if you live and breathe the messy miracle, you have to engage in the argument, not just outrage. Well, you engage in outrage when you can't answer the argument. That's essentially what's going on. Some fans took Sherman's words as pessimism or even a betrayal, especially coming from a writer of his caliber. But delve beyond the clickbait headlines, and his meaning becomes clear. He was identifying not a lack of love for the show, but a sense that for the first time, even the spin-offs have expanded the universe, might struggle to carry a flame forward with the ambiguity of season 15's ending and the limbo state of the current production itself is in. And all this stuff is very reasonable. For my money, in the light of Shooting Out was abrupt quitting the show, fired of the show, at the end of season 15, needed one simple, fearless beat. A 15th Doctor begins to regenerate, white light, blue. Yeah, I know, that would have been the clever idea, right? Instead, Billy Piper, right, as appeared some question about why this decision was made at all. It's a pattern the Doctor Who usually passes the baton clearly because they were desperate and they had no idea what to do. I mean, really, they were dead off. According to Billy Piper herself, the scene was a last-minute addition, filmed in haste, but all indications there was no firm plan of what comes next. Yeah, she's going to run around the TARDIS, flicking a few buttons, and then regenerate somebody else. But the TARDIS set is still up. As of, a month ago? I'm very surprised, right? If Doctor Who was about to end, Russell Davies may have wanted to do it on his terms, and if it continued, it would likely be an intriguing hook. But the result, however, a paradox is seen designed to serve two futures now complicates both. Exactly. Yeah, it was a failure, and that's what Jane Tran doesn't like. It was a total failure. If the show does return and Davis is not at the helm, the next showrunner inherits the cliffhanger, not his mate. Just reboot at this point. They did not choose to cast Billy as a Doctor, nor do they choose is she or isn't she regeneration yet. They will have to somehow resolve it somehow. No, ignore it. Started like in 2005 with Christopher Eccleston, right? Do they confirm her as the next Doctor or quietly retcon the whole thing, retcon everything after Peter Capaldi? Either way, it adds baggage where there should have been a clean slate. That's exactly right. Doctors weathered a more weathered narrative complexity before. Successful showrunners often inherited messy continuity, but this moment feels different. Feels different this time, bro. The ambiguity is not building towards something; it's a hedge. A pause disguised as a twist. And that's what Sherman, I think, is really pointing out. It's what we all feel. He said this show feels as dead as we've ever known it. Not because it's been officially cancelled, because it's been caught in the moment where it cannot easily move beyond any medium. Right? In that sense, Sherman's worlds felt less like criticism, more like diagnosis. Yeah, again, saying that, I don't think he was being malicious in the slightest. Honestly, don't. I doesn't strike me as being a malicious person. I think he's lamenting the absence of the space of continuity to resolve storytelling. For over a decade, Doctor Who could continue even like it did in the Wilderness Years. Absolutely, it did not have to be this way. A cleaner ended up. Yeah, no, he's right. Was he wrong? No, everyone wasn't wrong at all. Right, wasn't wrong at all. We got this article. Okay, right, here's the Doctor Who returned inevitable. Stephen Moffat returned not inevitable. Well, he always says that, though. I do believe Doctor Who's return is somewhat inevitable. Whether you're a Doctor Who fan or someone who covers a show, or both, or you know that it's tough to speculate what shooting at was regenerating Billy Piper's 16th Doctor maybe could mean. We all know what it means. They were fucked. They didn't know what to do. Showrunner Davis and BBC and the folks on Babel have made it clear that the series will continue. When in the manner, but when and what manner of production is yet to be seen. As much as Living Limb, I mean, look, BBC want to make it. I think that's reasonably clear. So as one person is keeping the faith, is ex-showrunner Stephen Moffat. They're talking to social media to celebrate the 2-year anniversary read-through of the Nicola Coughlan starring Joys the World, which was one of the better shooting episodes, but still absolutely shit. Absolutely shit. Bob made it clear that he sides with those who say the show will return as inevitable, while making clear he doesn't mean he's returning. Yeah, no, exactly. He has to make it clear. There's nothing he would return to. Well, I want to tell you. What are you going to return to? There's no show. I think, listen, whoever takes over, he should return, right? But again, look, I was reading on over Sabbath. I pulled this out. I haven't looked at it in like 20 years. Literally 20 years. These books, I Who. Here's what I can find. Terrible covers, right? Absolutely terrible covers. Was it Mad Norwegian Press, I believe? Norwegian Press. Do I have to pull up the image of them? Yeah, what's that? Over here. There you go. Here, doink. Put it over here. Share the screen. Video phone. If you're interested in the Wilderness Years Doctor Who, there's 3 books, and they are really. I mean, the covers are terrible, right? Absolutely terrible. They do cover pretty much everything made in the Wilderness Years. They all the BBC books, all the Virgin books, UK customers, Doctor Who books. Where is it? I Who. And you get a synopsis of each story. I just genuinely think it's really fabulous, right? Genuinely fabulous. I think Brian Hitch did that cover. And again, truly epically awful covers, but very, very good book. Yeah, and also covers all the Big Finish audios to about 2003, something like that. Again, big recommend, right? Really, really big recommend. But again, this is what I think is going to be happening. Fan stuff is going to be becoming much more important and much more central, right? It already is. I mean, I love the Cunning Monkey cut downs, right? I think they're fantastic. I like the what's it again? All the fan stuff. This up. So this is coming from what's it called again? The people who do the Doctor Who annuals, Terracus. Come back here. Terracus Productions presents When the Scars Screamed, a Dalek anthology. Written by Charles McCoy, illustrated by Charles Warples. Don't know who either of those are. With contributions by John Pill, Terry Malloy, Seb Short, Mickey Lewis, and Tom Texter. They don't hate you. They don't fit it. They simply don't believe you have the right to exist. Reason for the great awareness of MS. Not suitable for the faint of heart. Contains graphic depictions of violence and terror. This looks really good. Right? This looks like it's going to be really good. Good for him. I mean, I do like the work they do there. It's really good stuff. Also, they talked about this on Down Channel on Type 4. I can't wait till they do it in more detail. You had a quick look at this Peterborough Museum, right? And it looks fabulous, right? This looked absolutely fabulous. It blew my mind how fabulous it looked. It was you had like the Emperor Dalek from Evil of the Daleks there, and all these props lovingly reconstructed. Just gorgeous. So if you can get there, Sylvester McCoy is going to be there for the closing of it, I believe November 2nd, right? You should really go. It really looks absolutely fabulous. What looks absolutely cringe? Okay, I forgot. We got one more bit of insanity from Bad Wolf. Yeah, we'll share screen. Oh, so much insanity. So much Bad Wolf. Let's add a bit of arrogance in as well, because, what's life without that? Doctor Who Generosity Davis honors 10 years of Bad Wolf. It's the company's been around for 10 years? Bad Wolf, the production company currently producing Doctor Who and other produced TV series, is 10 years old this year. Originally formed by James Tranter and Julie Gardner after they left the BBC to go independent. They named the company from the season-long arc with Billy Piper's Rose, blah, blah, blah. David posted a portrait to celebrate Instagram. Here, let me show you. Okay, this is just so cringe. Everything is so cringe. Cringe. Share screen. Where is it? Okay, that's not cringe. This 10 years of Bad Wolf. He given them a portrait of himself, and again, it's a bit of a flattering portrait of that. 10 years of Bad Wolf. Me and the boss, Jane Tranter, and a portrait of me by Maddie Atwood. What an honor! And yes, that's the corner of the TARDIS. Okay. But last night celebrated 10 years of the company, named after Rose Tyler's alter ego. It celebrated its presence in Wales and creating jobs and reaching out into the community to provide support, inspiration, and hope. Funny to think back in 2004, I typed those random words. I look back now, the wolf has grown. Sometimes we think it's acted just like Rose intended, calling us together across time and says, happy days. It was happy days until he came back, you smiling little cunt. Who destroyed Doctor Who. But yeah, look, classic Doctor Who is doing very well right now, though. I mean, look, they just released a new figure from Character Options, which I think looks fabulous. I'll put up in more detail. So listen, there's a little video of it. Here we go. Look at this. Yeah, the Master of... I think I have this. No, this looks like a new sculpt. Right? And you got two heads. I got an alien master. What's the alien master about? Oh yeah, I got the alien master, but he's wearing a suit. He's not wearing a traditional outfit. Okay, that's a beautiful sculpt. I mean, that really is a beautiful sculpt, right? And I love the smile. Man, I really like this figure. And it's been a long time since Character did a figure that I wanted. So it includes the tissue compression. Does it open up as well? TCE. We have two. We have a close on open one. Oh, that's from the Paul McGann one, right? See, I never really thought that it was that master that happened to me. And Matrix Interment Orb accessory. I don't know where that's from. Doric Column TARDIS looks pretty cool. Yeah, this is the first time I put out a set that I'm actually interested in for a long time. That's just done with love, care, and respect. Oh, here it is. Share screen. How much is this? Have they sold out already? 45 notes. Me. It's very expensive. 45 notes is very expensive. I'm sorry. Is there a way to expand it? But look, it's a very good set. You can't really argue with this, right? It's a very good set. Oh, I'm so tempted. That and the New Avengers. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.